Everybody out there just listening, just pretend this is a normal music. Another Nine Nerds production. And what is happening, folks? Welcome to another episode, Nine Nerd Yards. Nerd Nation, how we doing out there? The only place where a nerd can be a nerd. Well, I guess there's a lot of places, but this is one of the safe havens. We are talking about all things Mandalorian, Chapter 20, was it Foundling? The Foundling? The Foundling. A singular Foundling. All right. Well, we got a lot of them in this episode. Let's introduce the panel. We do have some guests tonight, live all the way from YouTubetopia. It is the Drunk Banthas. My dudes, Alex and Bill. How y'all doing tonight, man?
Feeling oh so good. Thank you so much for inviting us on the pod. I'm excited to talk about the wars and our stars.
That's right.
That's right.
I'm a historian about battles and wars, so
that is all great right there. Well, we've got some people coming up and watching us. So, Thelius, shout out to you. Film Age, what's happening? Friend of the show right there. Dion looks like more nerd yards to me. Where's 9? Bro, you just tuned in here for 9. If you're tuning in here for 9, you will be all sadly disappointed. But again, we still have people. We're all minorities here. We've got, we got double the black people. We lost a 9 and we got 2 other black nerds. So it's like we're all minorities. We got Mexicans and blacks. Like we are finally joining forces and conquering the world of nerdom. So
like the Mandalorians and the Jedis.
That's right. It's right. Like the exact opposite of Hollywood. Usually white person being a white person.
Right. We will overcome. Like let's get this cracking. Jedi-Lorians right here. Drunk Banthas, in case people don't know who you are, this is their first time seeing you. Give a little quick expose about yourself, your life, where you're from, how y'all been, and all the great things about what's going on at Drunk Banthas.
We're the hosts of the Drunk Banthas channel, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love, and we also do a drunk. We make little essays about nerd culture, and we also do a podcast about the usual week-to-week shows like The Mandalorian, Last of Us, all that good stuff.
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
Very nice.
Talk about movies like Boss Nigger.
But yeah, it's just nice nerd culture channel where we just get drunk and talk about comic books and movies.
Nice, man. I love it. Well, it's essentially what we do here, minus the drinking part. But again, I used to host an MMA podcast called The Loaded Joe's MMA. So figure it out with that type of name. Am I right?
Yeah. My kind of party, man.
Yeah. It was definitely everybody can get down at that type of party. That's all I'm saying.
That's all we're gonna say.
Yeah. Minority nerd yards. That's it right there. Othelia's coming in hard. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten into Star Wars. Dion, it's all love right there. All good. We just appreciate you coming in. Black people are like Hydra. Cut one head off and 2 take its place.
I like that. Put that on a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. Copyright that real quick. Well, let's get right into the episode. The Foundling. We're starting off at the Grand Canyon with monsters. And we've got all the Mandalorians training like little John Wicks. And I don't know. Drunk Banthas, start me off, man. How did you guys like this episode? What did you guys think about it?
Well, I personally really dug this episode, even though it was a little short. I really liked the action and the effects.
We talked about this. It's Grogu sized. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call episodes like this.
Yeah, it's definitely Grogu sized. Not even Yoda sized. Grogu sized. But yeah, I was expecting to get a little bit more than a half hour out of this episode, but it definitely didn't feel shortened. It didn't feel rushed like some of the other episodes. Episode 2 definitely felt rushed, but this felt as long as it needed to be. And I liked all the diving into the lore. Get to see the Mandalorians do some cool shit. I dug it overall.
I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was the perfect amount of time because when you go back and watch it and see how much action they filled into, 20-something minutes, it was impressive to me. And because most impressive. I feel like they don't give us a lot of action that we want sometimes. They give us Star Wars gets away with being able to just show you space and show you like a planet that you've never seen before, and it's just so beautiful. They don't really have to do anything or do a lot of storytelling sometimes. So I get a little. I feel like we miss a lot of that, and we got that and the action in one episode. So I loved it. I was like, if it had to been 4:00 in the morning, I would have been jumping on my couch like, yeah.
He's just throwing up like, yeah, y'all. I'm about to go to sleep, but y'all got it. Y'all got it. I have to say, you got it. Yeah, that's perfect. Producer Terry, what do you think about this episode, man?
As the patriarch of Clan of Hate, it was too short.
Yes.
They need to like lengthen out these episodes. I don't like these little Grogu bite-sized things. Away. But no, honestly, I like seeing the Mandalorians. And as I said in the chat earlier, like I wanted to be at this board meeting when the guy just figured out, all right, we're gonna take the two most coolest fucking nerdy things that people love about Star Wars that we never touched on and put them together. And it's Yoda and Boba Fett. And then they're like, no, wait. Let's make a Yoda character. We'll make him a baby. We got to get that business money. And then instead of Boba Fett, we'll just do a fuck ton of Mandalorian. Instead of just one Boba Fett, what if we did like a planet?
A whole bunch of
Boba Fetts, right? And then, they just did a whole bunch of coke and they made millions of dollars. Like, who thought of this great idea of just Yoda and Boba Fett put them together?
I feel like Terry, watched the making of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Terry, were you in the writers' room, Terry? Like, listen, like, this is great.
Yeah, I feel like did a bunch of coke and made $1 million as a screenplay book.
Yeah, written by Harvey Weinstein.
Autobiography, right there.
Yeah, exactly. Did a bunch of coke, made $1 million. Want to see my
our friend. Film Age Studio says, wow, I'm surprised. I really didn't like this. I think it was a very poorly written episode. I did see one of your tweets, Film Age, that did talk about the fact of them like going out and then like camping and then like having this whole little like Boy Scout adventure. And you're like, bro, what if the kid's dead? Like then we just did all this shit for nothing.
Yeah,
like, what are we doing?
I felt that was kind of like they just they found out where the bird monster lives, and the bird monster was just he kept that little boy in his stomach for like 2 days, right? Or some shit.
Yeah, Jonah. Let's get to the hatred. Let's get to the hatred. I'm so glad that person responded. Because I always have criticisms. Now, how you can tell you're watching a kids movie? That's how you say you're watching a kids TV show without saying you're watching a kids TV show. You just pointed out
Star Wars.
This child was inside the belly of a dragon, basically, and then he was regurgitated up the next day, dog.
Alive, unharmed.
Hey, how did he not buy?
And he's not wearing a full set of Mandalorian armor, right? He's just the helmet.
No,
so he would be all like burnt up and shit.
I mean, Pinocchio was all right.
Well,
I said Pinocchio was all right,
and Pinocchio based off Jonah, right? So like now we're getting if we're talking about Mandalorians doing religious stuff, they're doing some religious stuff with this kid. They're doing a lot of these little tidbits in here, just and I like this right here. It's exactly right. And the dad's the one that suggested to go camping. They're like, you know what? This looks like my kid will be there tomorrow. Like I know how these things work. Like, bro, what?
We've got exactly 2 more hours before we got to go get this.
We need to fill the airtime a little bit. Yeah. Conspiracy theory from Othelius. Terry was definitely in those meetings. Why do you think he's traveling all the time? He'd be in secret meetings with Disney. Othelius, Alex Jones might have something to say about this a little bit later on in the episode. And we'll get to all that in a little bit.
They're turning the frogs gay.
He'll agree with you. They are turning the frogs gay. That's how we get Groku's, I'm sure. Like, that's the only thing that makes
Right.
that is the only thing that makes sense. Also, in this episode, I really liked it. They bring the character of Jar Jar Binks back as a Jedi, bro. What are we doing? What's his name? Killian Bex, whatever his Jedi name is.
He was
Bro,
killing
out here.
them. That's what he was doing.
Ooh, look at that one. I'm gonna call you Jay-Z. You got all the one-liners. I like what you're doing here, man. But yeah, and essentially, for people that don't know, like I didn't know, like this character was an actual character in the universe of Star Wars, but hosted like a what is it? Temples of the Hidden Doom or Hidden Temples, the old Nickelodeon. Essentially, they made a Star Wars version of it where he is the host.
Oh, Legends of the Hidden Temple,
yeah. They essentially did a Star Wars version of Legends of the Hidden Temple, and then bring that character from this like sort of alternative, like, hey kids, this is sort of like your guidance counselor, right? Like they bring him in the episode as like, nah, he's canon, and like he is a double, lightsaber wielding badass, Jedi.
Yeah, they made him look really badass. I enjoyed the redemption for this actor. Obviously he gets a lot of hate for that character. But yeah, I like how they reintroduced him. Maybe they'll bring the kid who played Anakin next.
I would like to point out. he's very depressed.
Yeah, he's
let's not even bring him up, man. Come on.
That's old stuff. Yeah, that's old shit. Don't talk about that. Let's leave that in the past.
I haven't seen anybody. Well, I haven't seen any of the fellow nerds on the internet say the one thing that I got from it was that this Jedi didn't die, man. We never saw this Jedi die. That means this guy there.
He did not die. He got out. He got out of there. He got into deep space at least.
Exactly.
Yeah. In a galaxy near you. Yeah, that's where he's at.
Look out for him in the Ahsoka series.
And isn't Cal Kestis getting another game? I never played. What is this now? Jedi Survivor. So he's another Jedi that's supposed to be alive. There's a lot of Jedis that just sort of made it, which I would believe. I was like, I feel like they probably do have more Jedis alive somewhere. You can't.
Seriously.
Right.
Just some people, all you have to do is take off the robe and throw your.
Right? That's why that whole time on the speeder bike, I'm thinking to myself, nigga, change your clothes. Change your fucking clothes, bro. Like, stop wearing those fucking robes. You're the only assholes who wear these fucking robes, bro. They looking for you. Change that shit. I was like, bro, go to your house and get your street clothes. I know you got clothes, right?
Why do you not have no J's? You ain't got no J's.
You're on Coruscant. It's like the New York of the galaxy, bro. You got some J's. I know. I know you got some swag besides that little cloak of yours, bro. They don't have like a hey, like somebody's like wedding or like a funeral cloak or like some festive cloaks. Like, hey, there's a big Jedi dance. They ain't got like some fancier get-ups or something. I don't know, man. We're just talking out loud. But yeah, the episode. Oh, let's see. Wait a minute, Film Age, before we get into it. Also, finally, a Jedi who's a brother that has a hairline. At this rate, we'll get a Jerry Curl Jedi in about 50 years. Thank you, Phil Mitch.
I am here for a little easy Jedi.
Let your soul glow.
Yeah, just woke up quick at about noon. Just thought that I had to use the Force real soon. You know what I mean? Like, give me some of them Jedi lyrics. Like, let's go. Like, what do they even ride around to? Like, but yeah, what were you guys? Some of y'all's favorite moments from this particular episode, Drunk Banthas?
Well, I personally really liked the scene where they were rescuing the kid, even though like there's some like bullshittery going on with like him regurgitating this child is
right
to be dead. I was very shocked by how like good the effects looked. I couldn't tell if it was like CGI or if like they get sort of comped in a person like on wire and shit like that.
No, that was a real Rancor with wings right there. That's what that was, a real one. That's
you ain't never seen Rancor before.
Basic ass. Yeah, I really like that whole fight scene. And just Bo-Katan just showing, is she like the Mandalorian of this season? Because she's having all the cool moments this week. really.
I can say that this show is, I mean, this season is about anything. It's about Bo-Katan becoming like the Mandalorian, like becoming the leader of Mandalore once again. Yeah, I don't know. My favorite part of this episode was probably one of the most boring parts. So I'm gonna say 2. My favorite part of this episode was when Bo-Katan tells the Armorer.
Yeah.
Armorer, yeah.
Forager is a terrible character from Justice, Young Justice.
You don't like Forager?
Forager slander going on. That's a whole other conversation. Do we like Forager? Put it in the comments. Do we like
Forager? Go for it.
But yeah, the Armorer, when she's talking to Bo-Katan, Bo-Katan tells her that she saw the Mythosaur. A Mythosaur. Yeah. When she saw the Mythosaur, and she told her about it, and she didn't believe her really. And I was like,
why she kept talking in like riddles and shit? Like, no, bitch, I'm being quite literal. Yeah, this is the way. Yeah, we all see mythosaurs from time to time.
It's like if somebody, it's like I felt like her uncle touched her inappropriately, and she told somebody, and nobody believed her. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, what?
I felt like that's how she looked. She was like, "No, this was real."
She's like, "Yeah, everything is real. We live in a real world."
Uncle Joe would be showing up sometimes.
Don't touch my shoulder.
I don't want it. I have an Uncle Joe now. I don't want him touching my shoulder. Let's not have that.
Yeah, if he texts you and asks you to watch The Mandalorian this week, then you just say, no, thank you.
I got plans. See, I got plans. Like, yeah. If anybody's going to touch me, it's going to be me, right? Like, be honest, though. Let's say, be honest, though. Would y'all believe her? If I was not the Armorer.
Believe that the planet, that you couldn't get to the planet, period. Like, they thought it was poison, it's cursed, and they just proved that, no, the planet's pretty fine. We could go back to it and start fixing it. So if she was like, yeah, no, I really saw a mythosaur down in there, I'd kind of be like, well, tell me more, and not this. Yeah, that's really good to have visions of mythosaur. That means you're becoming the way with the Mandalorian. She's like, no, I really saw that. This is the way. You gotta believe that we see it.
I feel like that's like the Southern, bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
That is literally bless your heart. Yeah.
Yeah, I did like how, because like all the Mandalorians, all these Mandalorians at this convert are still coming to terms with the fact that the living waters is a place that you can go safely. So I can
let
see
the waters be alive. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can see how there would be some pushback there. It's like I'm still trying to believe that you were even there. Like, much less that there's a mythosaur there. So I can see how there could be some pushback.
So you're saying she was basically like, all right, bitch, like you went to Mandalore. That's enough. Okay. You saw a mythosaur. Okay. Then you brag a little bit.
I think Othelia's out here saying what we're all trying to say. I wouldn't. I'd be like, girl, you just caught a Holy Ghost in that water. Chill.
What's wrong with saying like, this is the way?
Yeah.
This is the way.
Got the Holy Ghost one time too.
The Holy Mythosaur.
Or the Holy Mythosaur, yeah. Give me all that smoke. But yeah, I really enjoyed a lot of aspects of this. And like, if people here's the thing, like, I guess you can complain about dialogue, you can complain about certain parts of the story, but like, if people's complaint last week was, well, this is too much not there's no Mandalorian in this Mandalorian episode. You get all the Mandalorian and you get all the Jedi. You get everything. You get everything that's like, they're like, okay, what else could we do that's action? They're like, we got a Jedi. He's got two they're like, dude, what's better than a Jedi with one lightsaber? It's one with two lightsabers. Like, this is just great. You know, they're like, all right, what else could we throw in? They're like, well, the guy that originally, you know, did the voices for the clone troopers, we get him back, right? Like, he likes the show. So like they just like added a whole bunch of like stuff that like wasn't just fan service, but was just like, bro, like this is what, you know, you want to watch the show for. So like when it comes to, I think, an action point, and when it comes to a lot of the story beats, like if you're complaining, then you're complaining just to complain. But like if you're going to complain about like plot holes and like these inconsistencies, all right, well, this is what we're sitting down having a conversation about. Like, I don't think anybody could be living in no dragon's stomach for a day or a week, or like why is that still a thing?
I'm giving myself 45 minutes.
Yeah, I thought that kid was straight up dead. I was like, oh wow, we're going there.
And how was this thing like vindictive enough to be like, oh, I hear them coming, I might as well kill this hostage?
Yeah,
right. I was just like, wait, what? Why would it suddenly now just kill it when it sees you guys coming and not just kill it immediately so it can feed it to the?
There's like
what?
Square peg.
They were really trying their best to be like, no, we just can't use like ships or jetpacks. We can't make it easy for them. Let's make up these arbitrary rules that this sentient, non-sentient creature just gotta fucking follow. Like,
also,
how was he gonna kill him? How was he gonna kill him all of a sudden? Was he just gonna throw him up and then eat him? Or
yeah, like, wait, how?
Yeah.
You're gonna do that if you guys use a fucking ship or a jetpack? Like, what?
I don't get it.
They're just writing rules.
Why did the little babies have to eat alive, babe? Like alive person.
It reminded me.
I don't know. There's so many holes that were busted in that one scene, but they kept you with the action, and it was crazy. And
it's a weird trope.
You saw a Naboo fighter before that, you know?
Right. I also like Mandalore training camp. I thought that shit was tight. Like they were just using all their weapons at the same time doing different training. And I especially just love the dudes just shooting into the fucking lake for no. They weren't shooting at anything. They were just, shoot them up, blast them. I was like, yeah, I could be a Mandalorian. Fuck me.
I have a huge question.
Many rules. Like
yeah,
the only rule for Mandalore is keep your very protective helmet on. Bruh, yeah, fuck yeah, that shit on. Bro, you don't have to tell me that. You don't have to tell me twice. I ain't taking that shit off. Get me shot. Hell, fucking no. This place is dangerous. Shit. Of course,
I have two questions for this like particular instance. I'm rewatching it right now. I got to go in the background. First of all, how do they have such a small little strap for that dart gun to fit Grogu? Like, who's wearing this? Like, are there anorexic like Mandalorians running around? Like, it doesn't fit anybody. Like, how?
They made it for him. I'm just assuming they made that shit for him.
There's a like somewhere on the planet somewhere. A baby somewhere. And he was using that before him.
The adjustability on it was just like, what? Like, where'd this come from? Also, the second thing, and this is like the bigger thing. It's like, bro, this is the second time y'all have been attacked on the episodes. Like, how many more times? This is the worst camp ever. Like, just
I'm glad you brought that up because it's
go somewhere
in the episode, but they mentioned that this has happened before. Like
they've
taken younglings before, and taken the foundlings, and just taken them off, and then they've killed them. Why do we have foundlings on the beach? I just don't understand. This is crazy.
Or at least have one guy looking at the sky. He's like, hey, there's something
right. Y'all over here shooting the lake. Like, you go shoot the sky. Like, do something. Help us out.
The sky has way more danger. Well, just as many danger.
So does the fucking ocean they're next to, too. Yeah.
Right here. Why does every isolated body of water feature a kaiju-sized creature in it? For real. Also, this right here. Bro, Mandalorians are like rednecks. They are ready to hold deadly weapons as toddlers.
They sure are. Quarterbacks just shooting in the water. I was like, I do that with some country boys back home all the time. Look like good old time to me. I'm surprised they weren't barbecuing and cooking at the same time. That's what they were missing. It was like a barbecue.
That's really all they were missing was some hip hop music and some barbecue.
Bring back that little jazz band from Tatooine. Let's get some.
Which did you?
Yeah. Let's get some cooking on. Like, that is my way. I don't know what this other way is that they were
Yeah.
doing.
They were missing that one uncle that gets too drunk while he's cooking. He was like, "This is the way."
This is the way.
Break out into a musical. It's Disney. They can do whatever they want. I'm just saying. I know what I came here for. You know, give me some Star Wars Disney. Because they need to make up for it from that Christmas special.
But I gotta say, the Mandalorian rules seem pretty better than the Jedi's, because that dude said that is his son. He didn't say foundling. He said son.
Yeah.
That's my seed.
The way doesn't stop you from fucking. Shit,
No.
sign me up for being a Jedi. Like, you can't fuck as a Jedi, but as a Mandalorian, you just keep the helmet on during sex. That's
Yeah, right. I was about to say.
I'm so glad you mentioned
That's
that. Like, that's all I could think about when he said that. Like, I had to go back because I missed like the next 5 minutes because I was like, whoa, wait. He just had his helmet on, popping cheeks. With his helmet on.
Just naked, just with your helmet on, bro. Just getting it. This is the way.
Is the armor the baby mama? Like, how does this work?
You
Like,
see the helmet getting all fogged up.
both wearing helmets, they start clanking and stuff. Like, I don't know.
I mean, that's how I've been doing it all these years. Like, what's been going on? Wait a minute. I've been doing it wrong? Is there?
Is that not how sex is done?
Y'all don't hear clanking. Y'all have sex.
I'm sure that there's like some sort of religious loophole where, like, once you're betrothed to someone, you can take off your
there ain't no
helmets.
religion.
Betrothed, yeah.
No, there are no loopholes in this.
You always keep the helmet on. Just no
He don't
matter
show it
what.
to his son. His son don't show it to him. They never gonna see each other. His son probably never even seen what he looked like. Like, this is the trauma because he definitely had the helmet on while he was hitting the cheeks.
Well,
You know that. He ain't bathing
Imagine.
he didn't bathe in the waters of Mandalore.
Imagine, like, that little kid's got to go to counseling one of these days. Like, you know, I've lived through this trauma. Like, my whole family's in this like fighting clan. Like, I've never seen my dad. They're like, oh, you never knew your dad? He's like, no, I've never seen. I don't know what he looks like.
He did hug his dad at least. He hugged his dad.
My dad
can't
drove
think
me
of
here.
Yeah, he's waiting in the
Right.
car.
My dad waiting in the car right now. Cool. It's just, I
Like,
just never seen his face.
Yeah, he's there. I don't know what's going on over here. Like, he's Iron Manned up all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I can't imagine the trauma that you're going through, that you got to deal with. And how do you work through that? Like, how do you work through that? Because you can never show your child your face.
But I'm sure his therapist is also Mandalorian. They're just gonna be like, "This is the way."
this is the way.
That sounds
We'll
like a
see you-
deadbeat dad
see you
that
again next
left
week,
a
yeah.
long time ago, and just when he wanted to dip out of his family, he just changed helmets, and they never could recognize him. He just took off the helmet and put a new one on. They're like, oh yeah, oh Barnabas, your husband, he died. My name's Reginald, and you know my name. He's gone. Don't ever look for him. He's dead.
Oh my God, Mando Tenet, you must wear your eyes when clapping cheeks. This is the way. Wow. I think we all like this way. This way is nice.
This way is nice. I like this way.
It's pretty good.
This way is pretty cool. Also, too, I thought it was really like there's some really cool little bits though. Again, aside from these like crazy loopholes and like these crazy plot holes and crazy like, what is tell me more about this universe, right? I think it's really cool that they have a Grogu who is I think we're assuming bit by bit is getting, you know, culturally indoctrinated into being a Mandalore. And like, here's the thing. I don't know how much Beskar costs, but like the cost for his little materials, bro, like they're like, bro, I'm so glad we don't have to like go out and buy more Beskar. You know, that shit is like $1 million a pound.
Right.
Like him, he just needs like 5 ounces and he's like legit. You know what I mean? That's the cheapest Beskar like profit margin.
Yeah.
That like
Everything we've had.
Yeah, it's easy. Like, this is great.
Yeah, he's gonna
Like,
keep
bro,
that shit for his size for like years upon decades.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when he walked into that Taylor's office, and Taylor was like, "It's so good to see you, young fella. It's so good to see you. We've been waiting for somebody like you to come around for a long time. I got something. Hold on.
Yeah, when she
Come on with me.
It was like, you'll grow into it. I was like, right.
I'm like,
Wow.
where are you gonna grow into it at? Where are you
Also,
gonna put it on? This?
yeah. Also, too, as we're talking about Grogu, that scene's coming up, and this is the thing. We just talked about trauma. Little kid has trauma. Dude, bro, Grogu been living with some trauma. Can we teach him sign language? Can we help him manage his emotional trauma? Like this little kid, it's too much for his little kid brain. Like,
Yeah,
he's hanging on to this like it was Nam.
Exactly. Can we get him a Jedi interpreter? Because they don't
Right.
hear his talk. Can we get him an interpreter? Somebody just be like,
Right.
"Hey man, it's been a little long. It's been a hard day for him today. He told me he just needs to go take a nap."
Yeah, to your point, I think Ahsoka is the only person who knows what he's gone through, right? Since they had that little mind meld in season 2.
Right.
Yeah, she's the only person that knew his fucking name. It was like, oh, by the way, his name is Grogu.
Also,
Baby Yoda.
Jar Jedi is also the one who also knows what he's going through. Now we just found that out. We just got so much. So I can't. As much as I'd like to say that the writing sucked this episode, I can't because we got so much in at one time. You know what I mean? Like we found out that this dude that we found out, like, you know, the Mandalorian, the big Mandalorian, I forget his name, Van Darken or some shit like that. John Favreau, yeah.
I have it written down. It's
Paz Vizsla.
Paz Vizsla. Yeah. Who is he's the ancestor of Mars Vizsla. So yeah, he's the one who's like created the black saber. But anyway.
Yes.
Anyway, we found out that dude's got a kid, and we found out he's been clapping cheeks with a helmet on. Like, these are plot points that we needed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know, the crazy thing is every time like some sort of like I think there's only been one instance where sex is brought up, and you're like, yeah, all right, Luke and Leia, like that makes sense, especially when you go back into the prequels. But then when they come back with the sequels, you're like, bro, the Emperor was clapping cheeks. Like, when in a galaxy far, far away ago did this happen? Like, which galaxy was this?
Find that poor girl and pay her all the best Beskar that she can get.
You talk about trauma. Shit. Yeah, she's
right
now.
She's like, no.
Sexless franchise, and now like when you start introducing all these kids, and it makes your mind start going, it's like, oh, where'd these kids come?
Well, you know, George Lucas always said that Star Wars is for 13-year-old kids, 12-year-old
right
kids. So I'm not trying to do sex.
Yeah,
but they all went to health class. Like, we all know how that works.
That was an inappropriate little 13-year-old. So I'm sure
that we all know the stork didn't bring them. No.
But yeah, I again, there's lots of tidbits to enjoy with a lot of what's going on. Again, like you see, like this dude, when he takes Grogu, we see the Naboo starfighter. So like the Naboo security, like we're like, oh, like they were still hanging on to the good side even till the end. Like they were still like, nah, we ain't down with this like Order 66 shit. Like we're trying. What's that?
Oh, I just say I didn't even twig that. Like, I didn't even notice that was a new.
Yeah, and I mean, so again, like I think that this introduces it. It's like in Specs, right? It reminds me. I always bring it back. I think our show's going to be notorious for always bringing back points to Atlanta. But like in Atlanta, like there are certain things they never say, but then if you put the context pieces and context clues together, you're like, oh. Right on. All right. Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah.
And I think it was a good little nod to that there are, like, there's still war. There's still people taking sides. And, like, who can Jedi trust? And, like, how did this guy survive in the galaxy for up until this point, right? Like, that's Revenge of the Sith. So that's from the time of this show, like 40 years or something like that. Like, that was a while ago, man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
We know Grogu's 50.
I think it's 20. I think it's 20-something years. 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
25 because Luke's blown up the Death Star at this point. So twice. Gotcha, Death Star.
Got him twice. Yeah. So like, there's a nice little time gappage here of like, okay, so we keep finding all these little things out about like Grogu's life and his PTSD. Somebody get him like get him on something.
Zoloft.
Give him some
Zoloft.
pills. Yeah, Zoloft. You know, little baby Yoda Zoloft, something. There's got to be some root of a tree or something.
Don't say that too much. Don't say that too loud. Disney will be selling little baby Yoda. They'll be selling baby Grogu Zoloft at Disneyland next week. Don't say that too loud.
Little antidepressants, Roku size, like but for real, like again, it introduces all these things and opens up the dialogue to all these questions. Alex, I see you over there, just geeking, bro. Again, like it's funny to think about all these little things, but also like too, like give me more, like give me more, because now this opens up. Again, I don't know how. Let's talk about this. How this is fitting in, how the season's going, and like, where they're going to be going with it. Like for the rest of the duration of it. How do y'all think the season's going so far, and how this sort of fits into like maybe what a vision looks like as I think we're like halfway through.
Yeah, we're exactly halfway through. It's sad to say.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that we're really coming to a head with Bo-Katan and Din Djarin. Like it feels like at some point they're gonna. Sorry.
Yeah, get Grogu some indica. He'll be fine. Yeah.
Agreed.
But yeah, like I do think they're coming to sort of a head, Bo-Katan and Mando. Because obviously he wields the black saber, but Bo-Katan is clearly just like, you know, she's just the better Mandalorian. She's the better Mandalorian. And she can wield the black saber. She saw the mythosaur. Like I feel like at some point the convent, like the other Mandalorians, are gonna push them.
Convent? You mean cult?
I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum, you know. If you're a Mando, do you think?
The Bishram, what's that dude? You know, these guys are the cults of this universe.
Very,
they are
Star
definitely
Wars
a cult. Like, you know, I don't want to make fun of anybody's religion, but these are religions, man. Jedi and Mandalorians, they're religions.
They are, yeah.
Religions. But yeah, like I think that like the other Mandalorians are going to push them against each other, because it doesn't seem like they really have a reason to conflict against each other, other than just like their state, like who's going to lead the Mandalorians.
You mean the other Mandalorians that aren't on this planet?
The ones that are on this planet. Like I
think they're going to fight the ones that
the other ones.
Like, yeah, because they bonded. They having bonding moments right now, and then you know they're going to look at Bo-Katan like, you done turned into the cult. You're
you're a traitor.
Like,
yeah, but all she needs is the Darksaber for them, because they're still like have their own cult rules of just being like, oh, well, whoever has a Darksaber, we just blindly follow them.
I have one theory that it's not really my own, belongs to the internet and toy makers, because there's a toy, an action figure with Jon Favreau's character with his helmet off.
Right, and he looks like Jon Favreau.
Yeah, looks like Jon Favreau.
So I'm like, clearly we're gonna get to see Jon Favreau's face. So something must happen where like the religion is kind of broken down, or maybe merged with old Mandalorian culture, modern Mandalorian culture, or something like that.
I'm gonna add to that point. I'm gonna be honest. The toys be giving away shit all the time.
I
remember watching.
Spoiler alert! Sorry.
I remember before I went to go see episode 1. Right, I was like in 6th grade, or 5th grade. God damn, I'm old.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Terry. Wait, don't age me. Wait a minute. You let me age myself. But I remember seeing the toys of like Senator Palpatine and then Darth Sidious, and like essentially I'm like, Bro, that's the same face on the same. That's the same face on the dude, man. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
y'all are not fooling any. Senator Palpatine, hello, Emperor Palpatine. This guy looks just like Emperor Palpatine.
Well, at least
Y'all-
at least this toys ruined it for you. My mom ruined it for me during episode 1. We walked out of the movie theater. She was like, "That's the Emperor." I was like, damn.
You know that's the same actor that played the Emperor.
You know that's him. That's him. That's him. Yeah.
It doesn't beat this story. There was a Blockbuster right next to the movie theater, and me and my stepdad were at the Blockbuster. I guess we're renting something before, we're gonna go walk in and watch it. And the guy comes out, and there's this other guy walking around. I could clearly tell they had just come from the movies, and he's like, "Yeah, man, that shit sucked when they killed Qui-Gon," and I was just like, "Bro, what?" Like, I'm here for some Liam Neeson. Like, I like Liam. I look kid. I watched Schindler's List. I thought he was like very great. Even then, I had very like I
You
felt
watched
good
Schindler's List
taste.
as a kid?
Look, I'm
Yeah,
just
why?
saying,
Why?
we got some crazy stuff going on in the household. Right?
Wait a minute. I feel like every kid in like between 1st and 5th grade read that Anne Frank book. Like, how's that any different? You know what I mean? Like,
You know what?
it's the same shit.
To be honest, we were just busting your huevos because the fact of the matter is we saw Schindler's List.
We all need Grogu's therapist, actually.
Right.
And they made me watch Anne Frank in 6th grade.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like, it's almost worse at that point. Let's give some notes to the fans real quick and our friends at OG Yoda Kush. Terry, that's what you were smoking, right?
No, I'm actually this concentrate.
Nobody
is
can see.
all Grogu. I saw it
Oh!
the other day at
Man, you going? Disney is going
Apple
to come.
dispensary, and I was like, "For real? I got a strain called Grogu? Well, give me that. I'm trying to get some Jedi power. What's up?"
Give me all that green. All that green. Let's
We
hear from-
companies are so shameless. As soon as something
It's
popular
popping.
and green comes out, there's like, it's the Incredible Hulk strain.
You don't even have to be green. You don't have to be green. They had Obama like that.
Oh, that's true.
They said, "Oh, Obama, we got that. We
Obama
got
good?
that
Yeah,
Obama."
yeah, like that.
That's a Meghan Merkel OG. Yeah, it's like
Got that. Got the Trump strain. It just make you hate everything and everybody. Like,
Got
we
that
got all
Harry
the
Styles strain. Got that Harry Styles.
should have make you sing right. Make you him made me one.
you sleep with a married woman. It was just,
You know
all
what's-
kinds of shit.
All that
I
good
just
stuff.
literally said Harry Styles. I can't tell you one Harry Styles. I don't know if you were singing a Harry Styles song.
I was
or a
singing-
Britney Spears
I-
song. I don't know.
I had my opinion last year. So we ended last year. Real quick. At this point, Grogu has to be Yoda's son or a clone. I'm going to touch on that real quick because I think some people have talked about this.
I almost feel like he might be a clone, and that just is hitting me hard right
well,
now.
I guess I'll answer it now before I get into my story. But like, apparently, all the species, and I don't even know if they've even identified which species Yoda is and Yaddle, but like their species are all like very tied to the Force, like just without training. So I don't know if he's like a clone, and that would be cool, I guess. But like, I would be okay if they didn't go that route and just be like, "Yo, that species, they're all tied to the Force. They're all very ancient, and that's why they live so long." Yada yada. But just to answer your Harry Styles question, we did end of the year best of last year, and one of my favorite albums from last year was actually Harry Styles' album, and I actually think it might have won a couple of awards or something like that. So it's like it was a very good album. Like I can sing. What's that?
Yeah, I say he's definitely won some awards. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
he's doing-
sure Taylor Swift, but I just literally, I mean, like I wouldn't know if she could walk in here right now. I wouldn't know who she is. It's not.
White people.
It's not. It's not. I don't want to say it's a white people thing.
White people look alike. Though. There's some that just look alike.
Very similar people that look like them out here in the world. That's all I would say. That's all I would say.
Yeah, it's very
Yes.
CW standard.
Yeah, CW. Yes. I like that. That's good.
Like, oh, you were an extra on the CW show, weren't you? I know.
Yeah, I think kind of Smallville.
All right, this one right here. Dinch Tribe is like Westboro Baptist Church and Boca Towns are non-denomination.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I like it. I like it. They gotta say amen and everything, but this is the way, you gotta say it on proper time. All right. This is a good one. Dave Filoni is being shackled to marketing and is stretching the story. So I say we have one more dud and 3 solid, well-written and violent episodes. Either way, you'll know it's different by the opening. Interesting. So sort of foreseeable forecast for the rest of the. So I say we have one more. Okay, yeah, one more dud and 3 solid, well-written ones. So that's how he's forecasting the rest of the season. Film age is.
I like
now
that.
Liam's.
Is that a Vegas line or something? Like,
now Liam's in the cancel. Oh, he said Liam Neeson. Liam's in the cancel club with Paperboy.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
Let's watch the boy in strip pajamas. Say, oh man, that's right up there with some like sad Holocaust.
Right,
movies,
they took
bro.
him to the Holocaust Museum in the 8th grade.
Yeah, that's like making you watch kids in the 5th grade. Like, what
Right,
kind of
bro.
did you go to, dog?
Also, this one right here. Blake listened to Target playlist music. So what? So what?
Well, I can't cap on Harry Styles. I went to Barnes and Noble the other day, and I was just like looking at the magazines and all the covers, and I was like, Harry Styles is on 5 different fucking magazine covers. Like, even if I don't like him, enough people like him. It doesn't matter what the fuck I think.
About the environment, because if he was on, if he cared about the environment, he wouldn't be wasting so much.
5 different fucking magazine covers.
5 magazines, sir. You could take some time off. You don't have to be on 5.
Be on the one.
Be on one a month. One a month.
Leave some for the rest of us. Listen, maybe I want to sing too. Maybe I want to do that. I don't know. But I think it's that time of the episode where we have thoughts from Alex Jones. Producer Terry, you want to ask him any questions?
No, because I don't want to curse this shit, so I got liability whenever we get caught for doing this and get in trouble.
Drunk Banthas, do you have any questions for Alex Jones?
I'm curious how Alex Jones feels about the Mandalorians securing their right to bear arms.
Well, we all know that they're trying to take arms away. They've been putting all these real life occurrences into the show. We know they're promoting the gay frog agenda, putting little Grokus in front of our faces. We know they're promoting pedophilia by having intergalactic spacemen take our kids away. They want to indoctrinate them. You know, we got the documents approved. In the last episode, they did the paperclip, Operation Paperclip. We all know we got the documents approved. 1945, when they brought over Nazi scientists. We all know they're trying to add real. The elite are watching us. They're the real rats. Disney is the real. They are the real rats. We all know what they're trying to do. Jeffrey Epstein. You know, he choked and didn't choke. We all know the truth. We got the document. I just got emailed a document, and we've got to, sort of dig in on a little bit more. But we know what's going on here.
Well, I'd like to ask me, Donald Trump. I'd like.
Yeah, Mr. Trump, I hear you loud and clear. Yeah.
I would like to ask
Alex
Jones, very smart guy, very smart man, very smart. Not as smart as me, but he is very smart. I could do it better. But I would like to ask him how he feels. How do you feel about these terrorists, the Naboo? What has happened to them? Like, where are they? Did we blow up their planet? Should we blow up their planet? I feel like they're a threat to our security. How do you feel, Alex Jones?
Well, we all know that Naboo was basically Earth. They recreate the forests and obviously they try and put it in our faces that Jar Jar Binks and his whole entire species, like they're living subterranean. So we need to be aware of the people that live in the core, And then they're trying to, we've got a black actor, they're slavery, they're trying to put that all in our faces. So Naboo, as far as we don't have any documented proof they are terrorists. As they are assisting in a religious war between these Sith people and the Jedis, and we all know we've seen the Crusades happen before. Again, it's been a pleasure having you on, Mr. Trump, and I hope you're taking care of all of your affairs.
No problem. But I appreciate that. I'm so glad you brought up the species, because there's the species of the Jar Jars and whatnot, and then they're black people, and You can't trust any of them. You can't trust any of the species.
I think both of you guys need to go.
It's also upsetting.
Security, please. They got back in here again.
Producer Terry kicking them both out. Well, you love to hear it. 9 Nerd Info Wars, the Collusion Archives. They're trying to turn the Gungans gay. Oh my God! Yeah, this has been great, man. Drunk Banthas, as we sort of round this out a little bit, were there any final notes or tidbits from this episode that we missed that you guys wanted to cover, talk about, anything like that?
What did we miss? We missed something.
The little hermit crabs. Did you miss the hermit crabs on the beach? Oh, running
That
away from
was the one thing we missed. Yo, Mando has a thing about ruining Grogu's dinner time. Like, when does this boy eat? Because he just be trying to get a little taste. And he'd be like, no, put those rocks away. Let's go.
Like, there's food in these rocks.
There's food in these rocks. These are not rocks, sir. These are morsels of food.
I just want to say Bo-Katan is the Mandalorian of this season. That's all.
That is all. This is the way.
This is the way. Producer Terry, what is your way?
I will predict this one thing. We're getting a throwdown between Din Djarin and Bo-Katan. Throwdown.
Oh, facts. Facts.
Bang, bang. I think that's why they're making them so close right now. You know
Mama Grogu and Daddy Grogu, they got to fight.
Ooh, I like that.
Mm-hmm. Alex was like, I don't like. He shook his head. He was like, oh, I'm not having this. Is not. That's not what's happening over here. Oh, very much. This is exactly what they be doing to Grogu. We got food at home.
Put that back.
Yeah. Oh my God, Producer Terry. Any final notes about this episode?
I'm really enjoying how Bo-Katan is assimilating, or how I think she's assimilating, because they're always wearing helmets, so you can just put whatever emotion and thought on them that you want. It's always funny, but like, I'm glad she asked it, because I've been wondering this too. It's like, well, if y'all are in a big group, how do y'all eat? Like, when do you take off your helmet to eat? And then, they explain it. And it's like, oh, we just kind of walk away. Well, obviously, we just walk away from each other and then take off the helmet. And she's like, I guess that makes sense, no matter how fucking stupid it is. That does answer my fucking question. And then, when she's walking away, the big dude comes up and he's like, hey, no, you're the fucking leader, so you get to chill here by the fire. This is the way. And she was like, hell yeah, damn straight, this is the way. Like, you heard it in her voice. He's like, yeah, this is the way, all right. That's what's up. I don't have to fucking go off in the cold desert and shit. She's enjoying this. And she, got her accolades at the end. Ladies are like, you just done, the number one fucking thing. Return a kid. And she's like, that was pretty easy. I could do this all the time. How have y'all this is the way. She's like, this is the way.
and then she captured three little dragon chickens, you know what I mean? So maybe they're gonna be the new foundlings, you know what I mean? I don't discount anything.
Then she threw it back at him when she brought him up, because this is the way. I don't know.
I like that they didn't kill the little baby birds. I assumed that they
were dead.
I thought they were just the fuckers. Really,
I don't know if they'd eat them. I think they're going to use them to
fly,
raise them up, and
raise them and ride them.
I have seen right, House of Dragons. I know how this works.
Talk about it. Cars. That's what they're gonna be saying.
Jacarson, all these people, and maybe they can train them to actually eat food, and not just swallow them for a day. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I just saw Shazam yesterday, and watching this today, I'm like, yo, man, people are really missing House of Dragons and Game of Thrones, man.
You like
we got it. Dragon and this, dragon and that, this, dragons everywhere.
Dungeons and Dragons coming out soon.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Right. Dungeons and Dragons. My grandma fighting a dragon. Everybody just dragons.
You know what? I would watch that. Throw Mama from the Dragon.
They're making that live. They're making a live action version of How to Train Your Dragon too. Yeah.
Oh wow! Now
What?
Who asked for
Yeah.
that? Who asked for that? No. I'm wondering.
That's a pretty good movie. I only seen the first one, but it's pretty good.
I enjoyed the
not gonna say I wouldn't see
cartoon.
it. I'm not saying I wouldn't see it. I'm just wondering who be sitting around going, you know what'll be real cool? Live action. How to Train Your Dragon. That's what we need right now. That's what we need right now.
And you know, somebody in the room was like, but what about House of Dragons? They're like, no, but this is that, but for like little kids, right? Like,
Right.
that's what this is.
I like exactly because that's exactly how they said it too. This is for little kids though.
Yeah, they're like the merchandise, and they're like, all right, man, yeah.
So you say toys, motherfuckers is like, yeah, toys.
Eyes perk up, yeah, just like, oh yeah.
Greenlit.
Yeah, we're done. You know, you do pass go and do collect $200. That's what we're doing here. Well, Drunk Banthas, Alex, Bill, I want to thank y'all for coming on the show and sort of just giving us your opinions about this episode.
Absolutely.
I think I speak for, I know Nine's not here, but I think I speak for the entire crew of 900 Yards. And we say we'd love to have you back, break down some other stuff. I think we had a fun time here. But for people, you know, that don't know where to find you, go ahead and take over my show a little bit, blast yourself. Yeah, the stage is yours right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's very easy. You can find us at Letterboxd, Spotify, all the internet things at the Drunk Banthas. It's right here on this t-shirt. And yeah, like YouTube, Google Podcasts, all the things. If you go on Google and type in the Drunk Banthas, we'll pop up.
Fantastic.
Oh, follow us on Instagram because I'm tired of posting stuff for no reason. Also, Twitter sometimes. If you're on there, we give out free t-shirts for people who make comments on videos and stuff. So if you hit us up, you probably got a free t-shirt coming your way.
Oh, fantastic. All right. Everybody everybody loves a good giveaway in our, like Terry be doing little giveaways. So this is great. I think people, if you want some more free giveaway shit, go follow Drunk Banthas on all the platforms, YouTubes or wherever you listen to podcasts, go follow him. Producer Terry, where can people find you if they want to reach out to you for all things that are going on in the nation of nerd?
Always on Instagram at terryfphotos, and then hit me up on Pendependent CO for your 900 Yard official pins. We still got them, so come on, order them up.
Okay, dog.
Yeah, we got them. You want them? That's what we're doing.
Yeah, I need a pen to go right.
Yeah, we definitely get you guys some. You know, I know we're like in between orders and all that good stuff. We just had South by Southwest. We gave out a whole bunch of like stickers, and man, it was crazy. But guys, y'all can follow me, Money Blake Weather, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. You could follow my other podcast, Unfiltered Bachelor, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or on your favorite podcast app, anywhere podcasts are. That's where the show is. You guys can follow 900 Yards on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on TikTok. Reach out to us on any one of those platforms. Yeah, man, I just got tongue tied. Wait a minute now.
I thought you were about to throw up a fucking the Foundling.
That's the Alex Jones coming out of me. You're trying to repossess me, you know, like, wait a minute now. This ain't your time right now. Before we get out of here, Drunk Banthas next up. They about to make it out the hood. I love it. But yeah, everybody go follow 900 Yards. We will be live again tomorrow, breaking down episodes of Lil Dicky, I believe 5 and 8, but that is subject to change. And then again, we'll be back next Wednesday with Mandalorian. Also, yesterday, last 24 hours, we got the Swarm drop. So if you guys love Swarm, 9 just dropped the breakdown of the century there with all the Easter eggs. It's concise, it's to the point, and I bet you there's so many things in there you didn't know were part of the show. So go check that out, because that thing has been exploding. And also look out, we'll have I'll be dropping a Lil Dicky episode 7 breakdown in the next day or so. So look out for that. Everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. Morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time you're listening to this, we do appreciate you. And until the next time, we will see you. Peace.